Well, today we continue in Genesis chapter 41 and verses 37 through 45, and we see quite the transformation in Joseph's life. We know that he was once the beloved son, then the hated brother, sold into slavery, then he was wrongfully accused, and now he finds himself he'd been in prison for quite some time. And today, at 30 years old, he's standing before Pharaoh because he was able to interpret the dreams that Pharaoh had and also provide a plan and a solution. And Pharaoh, who's pleased with this plan, says, we've got to find anyone like this man who has God's Spirit in him. Now this is pretty remarkable because Pharaoh realizes that this plan, this interpretation, is not from a human mind. It's coming from a higher power, and he realizes that it's coming from someone that possesses God's Spirit. And so quickly he turns and says, well, Joseph, since God has made all this known to you, there is no one as deserving and as wise as you are. And as Pharaoh, being in charge as he can do, he doesn't ask Joseph if he wants this new position. He puts him in this new position, which is second in command, only below himself, Pharaoh. Now, along with this position, he is given several gifts. He is given Pharaoh's signet, this ring that allows him to sign documents as if he was Pharaoh. He is given royal clothes that just tells everyone that he belongs to the king's court. He is given a chain to wear around his neck, again, that says who he is and who he's a part of, and the power and the authority that he has. He's given the second chariot in the processional. And so when he's introduced in his position, he's riding behind Pharaoh. And the Bible tells us that the people were saying, make way or bow the knee to Joseph. He is in this place of authority. He's also given full protection from Pharaoh. Pharaoh says that no one will be able to raise his hand or foot in all the land without his permission against Joseph. He's given a new name, and he's given a wife. So with this position came lots of things, lots of honor, a day again that maybe he would have never imagined would happen when he looks back upon his life. But when I look back on Joseph's life, and I think, how does a man get from a hated brother to a slave to a prisoner to a person with such great authority? How does he get there? You have to think about the heart of the person, the consistency of the person. You see, through it all, no matter what the situation, Joseph remained true to his love for God. And he never wavered from that. And that makes me think, in my life, or your life, and the situations we find ourselves in, do we continue to honor? Do we continue to praise? Do we continue to give thanks to the Lord and trust Him? Because no matter what we're walking through, God still has a plan. And in Joseph's life, he could have never imagined that this would have been the plan. But God still used him in a very powerful way. And God can still use you. And so no matter what you're walking through today, continue to have a heart that longs for God, that loves Him, and that praises Him in the good and the bad times, because He is still faithful, He's still good, He's still God.